Let's see what brought you in. Oh, we have 2 viewers on. Hey. We love to see it. Hi, everyone.
Happy Friday.
We're just getting set up here. All right. Well, we should be all pinned and all set up so that you guys can have the deal of the day. But today we're talking about how to grow your hair using our products. And we have featured here today a different bundle. Usually we have the Moisturized and Steel bundle, which is, oh, I forgot my hydrated hair mist. Oh my gosh. Shame on me. But today we have our Healthy Hair Starter Kit, which is our start to finish hair care line that will help you to make sure your hair is moisturized, cleaned, strengthened, all that good stuff, and most importantly, growing. So this is the bundle that we have here today. And normally if you're viewing our lives, you're used to seeing this bundle, which is our Moisturized and Seal bundle, okay? So we're gonna talk a little bit about both today. So just getting started, we're gonna get right into the information that we have today. So we're talking about the best way to use our products in order to grow your hair. So if you're someone who's looking to grow your hair, maybe on a long hair journey, maybe you're looking to grow back areas on your hair that have been balding or thinning, I want you to type in growing right now in the comments and let us know if you're on a hair growth journey. So I think one of the misconceptions about growing long hair is that it's hard, but it can be hard. It definitely can be hard, but if you're using the wrong products, right? If you're using the wrong products and methods, it will definitely be hard to grow out your hair. So today we're going to be talking about the best methods and the best way to grow out your hair. And it typically all comes down to what are the products that you're using and how are you caring for your hair. So our top tips are going to be, if you're watching this, more than likely you might have afro texture hair or kinky curly hair, right? But these tips, we can all take them and use them. So if you have finer hair texture, shorter hair texture, you can also use these tips as well. So the first thing that we're gonna recommend is the use of low manipulation hairstyles, okay? So those hairstyles will be maybe like 2 French braids or like flat twists, right? So something that keeps your hair tucked away, but it can also be very stylish and very nice and classic looking, right? So these are some of the things that we recommend, because with low manipulation hairstyles, that means that you are not tugging at your hair too much. So you're not tugging at your hair, you're not pulling your hair, and also with these hairstyles, more than likely, if it's a protective style, you're not letting it rub on, you know, your fabrics, like your clothing or like the back of your neck, where sometimes a lot of friction happens. This means that you're keeping your hair safe, okay? So low manipulation and protective styles. So right now I want to open up the floor for a question about products or about hair, whatever it is that comes to mind. So I'm wondering if we already have questions.
Someone said, speaking of hair, yours looks bomb.
Ah, thank you.
Someone said,
it's such a style, child.
Someone said, I have braids in for 3 months now and they are small knotless. What should I use to unplait and keep my hair strong and shining?
Ooh, so to unplait, so more specifically, it sounds like you're talking about our Moisturized and Steel bundle, and this is a method that I use because I often usually have braids in. So what you want to do is make sure that you're having your hair moisturized when you undo your braids. And this is going to help to prevent breakage during the takedown process, because a lot of us don't realize how important it is to do the takedown process properly, because we can lose a lot of hair during that process, okay? So you want to make sure that you're starting with moisturized hair. What I suggest is doing it in sections. What I would normally do is separate my hair into 4 sections, make sure that I'm spraying my hydrating hair mist, and of course going to the point of my hair where my hair stops. Cutting that to make it easier, and just taking your time to take down your braids. I know a lot of us, when we are ready to have our hair out, we're ready to have it out like yesterday, and we want to go really fast to get our hair taken down. But take your time, make sure you're moisturizing, and then if you want to be even more thorough, when you're done with that entire quarter, follow up with a hair elixir, and that'll be your pre-poo. Section your hair out, twist it, and that'll be your pre-poo. By the time you're done, all of that good stuff would have been sitting in your hair, and then you can go ahead and do your wash and your condition after that.
Do these products help with alopecia / balding? I have a friend who was just diagnosed.
So for alopecia or balding, you're going to want to use our scalp stimulator, which helps to grow hair, heal follicles that are dormant or have been injured in any type of way, and to boost your growth all naturally. And then you want to follow up with your hair elixir. So the hair elixir is a multi-purpose product that helps to thicken your hair and to decrease shedding and strengthen it. So with the hair elixir, you always want to make sure that you're also, like if your friend is having a lot of balding and maybe there isn't hair in that area, she can start with the scalp stimulator, and once the hair starts to grow, follow up with the hair elixir after moisturizing her hair.
What helps with dandruff?
So for dandruff, I would recommend one of two bundles, okay? So this would be one of them. Actually, this would be one of them, which is our Moisturize and Seal bundle. And what comes in it is our scalp stimulator. A lot of us do not know that this is also a multi-purpose product. It does help with growing your hair. It will grow your hair. But it also helps with dandruff. So it helps to soothe your scalp and help with dandruff. This is our hair balm, our hair and scalp balm. So you can use this on your hair and your scalp. It helps to really relieve agitation. If you're having itching, things like that, it will help, and also to moisturize your hair. And our hydrating hair mist, this is like an everyday thing. I hit up my hair with it every single day. It has really good stuff in it, aloe vera, that helps to make sure that your hair is hydrated. And then our hair elixir, which helps to seal in all that moisture. Because a lot of times if you're dealing with dandruff and you're dealing with dryness, you're probably also dealing with dry hair as well. So this is what I would recommend for that. If you find that your hair is stubborn in terms of washing your, cleansing your scalp, you want to make sure that you're having your strengthened shampoo and your conditioner. I probably have it backwards. Your strengthened shampoo and your replenished conditioner, which is going to make sure that your hair and your scalp remains not too stripped, right? Because with shampoos, sometimes we'll get an overreaction and have dandruff because our shampoos are actually stripping out the oils and making our scalps overproduce oil. So if you're using a shampoo that is not stripping out all the oils from your scalp, you're already ahead of the game. And I'm also someone who thought I suffered with dandruff as well, but it turns out I was using the wrong shampoo after all. So this is what I would recommend, either the Healthy Hair Starter Kit or our Moisturize and Seal bundle, which would be these.
Someone said, what's the best product to use for my edges? Very thin due to braids.
Edges, same thing. We're going to recommend the scalp stimulator and the hair elixir. Edges is a really difficult thing. A lot of people write in about that. And really with your edges, you just want to make sure, because sometimes with that pulling, you want to make sure that you're really stimulating the area. So even when you're using the products, you have to make sure that you're massaging your hair daily, your scalp daily, right? Because that's what's going to help to stimulate those follicles, get blood flowing, and have some hair start to grow in that area. So for our next tip, while the questions are coming in, we kind of already went through the importance of making sure that our hair is moisturized and sealed. But with growing hair, dry hair cannot grow, right? Because it'll break off, it will shed, it will not be able to, it'll grow, but it won't be maintained, right? Like, so your length won't be retained because it's breaking as it's growing excessively. So we always recommend, especially if you have dry hair, and dry hair can come in all hair textures, okay? You want to make sure that you're keeping it moisturized in some way. Depending on your hair texture, maybe you need all of these. Maybe if you have a finer hair texture, or something along those lines, maybe you want to go a little easier on the oil-based products.
Love what said. Every time I have a protective style, the product cakes up and I have to wash the style. I have to wash it and the style doesn't last. What can you use to keep the scalp clean, moisturized, and keep the style lasting?
So what's really good about our products is these styling products these hair care products will not cause you any buildup, and if so, it'll be very minimal, because most of these, especially the hydrating hair mist, is going to absorb into your hair. And the others are oil and butter based. So there's not really anything that's going to really stick like that. Like, these are not styling products. So I would recommend for keeping your hair moisturized, your scalp moisturized, the Moisturized and Steel Bundle. And I've even used the strengthened shampoo on my protective styles, because I'm someone who likes to wash my hair even when I have like box braids or anything like that.
Something for dry scalp and dandruff.
Dry scalp and dandruff, definitely either our Moisturized and Steel Bundle, which is going to include our scalp stimulator, which helps with agitation on the scalp and growing hair. Our hair and scalp balm. It is a butter-based product that really enriches your scalp and your hair. So if you're someone who struggles with like dryness in your hair, that'll be perfect for you. Our hydrating hair mist as well. And then to make sure that you're maintaining the strength of your hair and keeping all the moisture in, our hair elixir.
Someone said my edges have popped and my hair does not hold moisture. What product should I use and how often?
So her edges have come out, and I would actually recommend the Healthy Hair Starter Kit, because you're saying that your hair is not retaining moisture, which sometimes can signal that it needs a really good clean. So like cleanse, and so like we were saying earlier, our shampoo is very thorough eye cleansing, but it will not strip your hair. So I would recommend the shampoo, because a lot of the times our hair cannot accept moisture because it's not been cleaned properly. So if it's not accepting moisture and it doesn't stay moisturized, then maybe it's not also accepting other nutrients from, different products. So at the minimum, I would say the Moisturized and Steel Bundle and then maybe the shampoo, but you get a better deal if you just get the Healthy Hair Starter Kit.
Someone said, is there protein in the hair mist?
There is no protein in the hair mist. No protein in the hair mist, but there is a little in the shampoo. And so while we get some questions together, we were just talking about the shampoo and conditioner. We recommend washing or cleansing your scalp 1 to 2 times bi-weekly. This is gonna help to make sure, again, that your scalp is clean. And like, when your scalp is not clean, it's hard for hair to grow because the follicles get clogged up and it's hard for your hair to grow. So if you're really interested in taking your hair growth journey to the next level, you have to make sure that you're cleansing your scalp and making sure that your hair can grow. And then also making sure that your hair can accept new nutrients. And so we recommend doing a wash, a cleanse is the proper term, a cleanse and a condition every week to make sure that you can grow hair. Well, it's always growing, but you know what I mean. Like, retain your length and make sure that it's growing at the best of its capabilities. So if you're just joining us, we have a code today, Healthy 2023, that will give you 23% off of your entire order today only. So it's Healthy 2023, no matter where you're watching, because we're on all platforms right now. So no matter where you're watching, you can use that code to get 23% off today only.
Someone said, my daughter has been struggling with itchy thing, I'm gonna assume scalp, for a while. She is 7. What can I do?
So itchiness on the scalp, we definitely would recommend the Moisturized and Steel Bundle. Like, if you already have a really good shampoo condition, going on, we recommend the Moisturized and Seal bundle. And in that bundle, you're going to get our scalp stimulator, which will help to soothe agitation on the scalp. And then also these two are mainly, the main function of them is to make sure that there's moisture and that there is some relief to the scalp, okay? So this bundle right here would be the one that you definitely want to get.
She said thinning hair, sorry.
Oh, thinning hair? So, okay. And also this bundle still is the right one for you because it will have our scalp stimulator and hair elixir in it. And so our hair elixir is the product that is going to help thicken the hair, that's going to help strengthen it and make sure that all of this good moisturization that you just put in is sealed in, okay?
Someone said, is the 23% good for Canada as well?
Yes, the 23% is good for everywhere. So no matter where you're watching, 23% off today. That's a good question. So we touched on today talking about growing our hair longer. We touched on detangling when we're taking down our hairdos and our hairstyles, but I would urge you, even if you're not doing a takedown, right? So even if your hair has been in a ponytail, a bun, whatever it is, you still want to take your time and go slow with detangling because hair can break pretty easily. So we want to make sure that we're taking our time, giving our hair the care that it deserves. And really, when it comes to detangling, you always want to start from the bottom, right? You always want to start from the bottom because the bottom is the most fragile part of our hair because it's the oldest part. I know this is, this is a wig, but I'm just demonstrating here. But the ends of our hair are the oldest parts of our hair. So that means that we have to treat it with more gentleness so that we can keep it. So you always want to make sure that you're going slow and detangling slowly from the bottom up. And then using, of course, our scalp stimulator daily, 1 to 2 times on the affected area. So if you're someone who is dealing with shedding, thinning, if you're dealing with shedding or thinning or even like balding on the edges, I want to see you type balding, whatever it is, shedding or thinning in the comment section. But if you're especially dealing with that, you want to make sure that you're using your scalp stimulator 1 to 2 times a day on that area, 3 to 4 times a week on the rest of the area. And so for people who come to us and they say, well, I'm not dealing with any breakage, like shedding or anything like that, but I want to make sure that my hair grows and I want to make sure that it's healthy, we still recommend our products for that.
I see some people saying thinning.
So thinning, definitely you want to make sure that you're incorporating our hair elixir and our scalp stimulator. And I would even go one step further and say the strengthening shampoo, only because I'm such a strong believer in this shampoo. I went from losing so much hair during my weekly washes to not losing much at all. And this was something that I saw shortly, maybe after the first wash, right? So we're saying you're washing your hair at least 1 to 2 times bi-weekly. Within a week to 2 weeks, I saw a difference in my shedding with this. So my hair has been able to thicken up, and I'm on my hair growing journey as well, but my hair has been able to thicken up because I'm incorporating all of these products.
I see balding, shedding, and breakage.
Any other questions for us there? And if you're just joining, we want to make sure that you get your deal today. 23% off of everything in the store. Using the code HEALTHY2023, okay? Okay, so there's no questions. We're moving on to the next part, which is a regular deep condition, right? So making deep conditioning a part of your regular routine is such a game changer because those of us who struggle with dry hair and hair that breaks, hair that just doesn't feel like it has any life to it, deep conditioning is going to be your best friend. We even use this, well, we have a deep conditioner coming soon, but we do recommend using our replenish conditioner as a deep condition. You can use it for, the recommended time is 10 minutes, but you can use it for 30 minutes, whatever it is, 45 minutes. Put your cap on and put your dryer underneath that, and you're good to go. But we do recommend doing that so that you can feel the difference in the elasticity of your hair. So that means how much your hair is able to stretch without breaking. The moisture in your hair, we just really recommend doing that regularly as you feel like you need.
Someone said, just ordered the edge control. I'm just hoping it doesn't turn white.
It doesn't turn white, and I can tell you exactly how to use it to make sure that it doesn't turn white. So we actually have our edge control. We have our mini, our travel size edge control. Look how cute. And then we have our big edge control here, our regular size. But the key with the edge control is it has to go on hair that is clean. So sometimes I know we don't have time to clean our entire head, but wherever you're putting the edge control, you want to make sure that it is clean. And the best way to do this is by using a microfiber towel or cloth, dampening it a little bit, and just going along your edges with it. And that ensures that there is no excess oils, there is no excess products that has built up on top of the hair. So once you do that, you can go ahead and spray either, and this is like an example of one of the microfiber cloths that we have. We have a bunch of them here because this is all we use to make sure that we're not pulling out our hair when we're doing demos or anyone else's. But you want to make sure that you're then adding a little bit of our hydrating hair mist, which you would spray a bit on your edges. The edge control works best when it's activated by water, or you can use water, right? Like it's activated by moisture, but the best results will come from spraying a little bit of that and then making sure you work the product in. You can tie it down, that's optional, or you can just go about your day after you lay your edges. But if you follow those steps, it will not turn white, okay? You just gotta make sure you're doing it the proper way.
Latoya said, do you have a website? I've been trying to get your product.
Our website is www.baskandlatherco.com. We have a website, and we also have a shop on all of our platforms. All right. So the next point that's going to help you to grow your hair out is going to be making sure that you're not using products that have drying alcohols in them. So a lot of us will wonder why our hair is falling out when we're using products that have drying alcohols in them, right? So if your hair is dry, we'll revisit kind of like the first points that we were making earlier. If your hair is dry, it will break. So it will always break if it is dry. There is no way that your hair can be moisturized if the products that you're using are drying them, right? Because they're staying on your hair, they're causing breakage, and it's just not going to work. So you want to make sure that, if nothing else, you're making sure that the products that you're using do not have any drying alcohols in them. Luckily for you, our products are clean, they do not contain any drying products, and they are natural, okay? So if you want to make sure that you're maintaining healthy hair, the products that you use have to also encourage healthy hair, right? So that's one of the big ones that I think a lot of us do not think about too much.
Someone said, ma'am, I ordered your edge control by mistake, but trust me, all the rest of the stuff I'm gonna order won't be a mistake. This stuff is amazing, Miss Lady, and package did not take long to get here. Thank you.
Okay, I'll make sure I'll tell my CEO, you know, what we're doing here. The lady said it herself, it was a mistake, but it was a happy mistake.
Someone said, I recently purchased the kit. How long do you think my bald spot is going to take to grow back?
With the kit, with the scalp stimulator, people typically see results within 3 months. Some people see results earlier than that. It all depends on if you're using it consistently and properly. And consistent and proper would be 1 to 2 times daily on the affected area, massaging it in, and then 3 to 4 times on the rest of the scalp, okay? So The results do vary, but within 3 months you typically see some results.
Someone said, love your products for my mother and myself.
Okay, thank you. Hearts to you. Okay, and I actually got ahead of myself when I was talking about using natural products and using products that do not have harmful chemicals in it that dry your hair out, okay? And then the last part for making sure that our hair is growing, for those of us who do have Afro texture hair, whatever it is, you want to make sure that your hair has the right amount of moisture for your hair type, okay? So the right amount of moisture for someone who has a finer hair type versus someone who may have coarser or coily hair is going to differentiate depending on also how much moisture your hair is able to take in, right? So it's up to you to know how much moisture your hair needs and to give it that. So if you're touching your hair, like I'm someone who has kinky hair, if I'm like at home and I'm like rubbing my hands through my hair, or I'm twiddling with my hair and it feels like dry, it feels like, you know, a little more coarse than normally, then I know, okay, let me just spray, even if I have my braids in for my wig lay down, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my hydrating hair mist, and I'm gonna just run my hair elixir on it, even with my cornrows. So it's up to you to know what your hair is like when it's in its best condition, or what it's like when it needs a little bit more care. And if you're just tuning in, we are talking about how to grow your hair, especially using our products. And we're also running a deal today, 23% off the entire order with the code HEALTHY2023. And that is no matter where you are in the world, we are gonna give you that deal today. So if you're just joining and you're on Instagram, go ahead and ask your questions in the question box. Feel free to ask your questions anywhere else. We want to answer some questions for you, but also, what are you guys doing this weekend?
Someone said,
now I'm getting curious.
Someone said, is the only place to purchase product on Instagram?
No, we actually have a website, and our website is www.baskinlavenco.com, but we do have a shop on all of our platforms.
Type it in for you guys.
baskinlavenco.com, and it should be in all of our bios as well. But you can use the code today to get 23% off, which is like a really good deal. So if you're here and you want some suggestions for thinning, please write thinning in the comments. If you're here and you want some suggestions for maybe balding, please write that in the comments.
Shedding, dryness.
That's what you're getting?
Oh no, I'm saying just in case.
Yeah. So if you're here and you need some recommendations for shedding or dryness, if you're a male and you're here for some information on maybe receding hairline, you can put receding, and we'll let you know what the best products are for you to use.
Thinning and baldness.
Thinning and balding. Okay, so that's going to be our duo here, our scalp stimulator and our hair elixir. The scalp stimulator helps to heal follicles that may have been injured from having your hair pulled out, having your hairstyle too tight, or if you have anything else going on like stress or alopecia. The scalp stimulator is going to help stimulate hair growth, okay? And then our hair elixir is what you're going to use to finish up the job, right? Like you're going to use this to thicken your hair, to strengthen it, and to make sure that you can retain length. So this is what we recommend for thinning and balding. So any of you use our products, we would love to know, how is it going for you if you use our products? What's your favorite product that you just can't get enough of?
Someone said, scalp stimulator and hair elixir brings edges back so fast. Love your products. How long until you see results if used correctly?
If used correctly, you should see results within 3 months. Alright, so if you're still here with us, we want to see some hearts. Send us some hearts if you're still here. In the future, what kind of lives would you like to see? Send us yellow hearts if you feel like this was a helpful live today, if you learned a lot. We want to know what's working, what's not working, what kind of things would you like to see from us? How can we help you get the best of our products? Okay, so
How often should you use the scalp stimulator?
a scalp stimulator would be 1 to 2 times on the affected area. So, for example, if you're having trouble with your hairline or you're having trouble with your edges, you would use this 1 to 2 times on that area, and then on the rest of your scalp, 3 to 4 times a week.
Someone said, I just started the stimulator last week. The first time I used it, it felt minty, but I'm noticing that the feeling is not as strong felt anymore. Is that normal?
It could be that you're just getting used to it. It's the same bottle that you had last week. And I do also find after I wash my hair, I do feel it a little bit more intensely. Like after my hair's washed, I guess, you know, with the with your pores being more open, I do feel it like, okay, wow, this is really feeling really good right now. So it could have been after your wash day too.
Do you guys have any more questions for us?
We're on for a few more minutes. Feel free to send this live to people that you know who are trying to grow out their hair, people that you know who are struggling with some hair issues. Feel free to send this live to them so that they can get some answers as well.
Someone says, so if I just want to grow my edges back, do I just need the scalp stimulator?
If you just want to grow your edges back, we recommend the scalp stimulator and the hair elixir, okay? Of course, the scalp stimulator is going to help your hair grow, but if you want to make sure that you're retaining the length, you want to make sure that you're using the hair elixir as well.
Does the stimulator help with hormonal issues?
Yes, we recommend it for, I know some people, some customers have reported having like androgenic alopecia, and also women with PCOS have been able to use it because those do cause like thinning to the hair and like balding. They have reported having good outcomes using it.
Someone said, I bought the hydrating hair mist, shampoo, and stimulator. What else should I add?
Okay, hydrating hair mist, shampoo, and stimulator. What are your hair goals? I think that's a good question. We want to know.
What's the name of the black bottle again? Are you talking about the elixir?
Is this the bottle with the black top? This is the hair elixir. This can actually be used as a pre-poo. I was just saying earlier how I use these two together when I'm taking down my hair as a pre-poo, and I just let it sit and then wash my hair as normally. It can also be used as a heat protectant. It can be used as a hot oil treatment, and then of course it can be used to seal your hair after moisturizing.
She's a multifunctional girly.
Yes, she is the moment. So that's what that is. So you get a good bang for your buck with the hair elixir. Okay, so we started out today talking about some of the tips that we recommend for helping your hair to grow, right? So some of the things that we went over was making sure that we're using protective styles, low manipulation styles. So those are like styles that we don't have to really touch up too much Or if we're doing our hair, it doesn't take much to achieve them, right? So some of the examples that I gave were like flat twists, like, you know, like the nice French twist or French braids, low buns, things that are not very tight, you know, pulling on your hair. Those will all be considered low manipulation hairstyles. And then getting into the protective styles, any style that has your ends tucked in and allows you to kind of leave it for a while is a protective style. So those are the two first things that we recommend. Also, making sure that we're being delicate on our hair during the takedown process. Someone earlier had asked how to basically take down their hair in a healthy way, right? And so we recommended making sure that you're using the hydrating hair mist on your hair prior to taking your hair out, right? Because sometimes our hair can tend to be dry, especially if you put the protective style in and maybe you were not taking care of your hair during the protective style, right? You want to make sure that you're not losing any excessive amount of hair. So what's going to help with that is making sure that you hit it up with the hydrating hair mist as you're taking it out, and then going slowly to make sure that you're not snapping your hair during the takedown process. We also talked about the importance of detangling properly. I don't know if you guys have been on our page today, on our Instagram page, where we recently posted a video of someone getting their hair detangled, and it was very rough. We always want to make sure that we're detangling our hair in a gentle way to make sure that we can keep our hair. And the way to do that is from the ends, right? So combing from the ends, and using the appropriate comb, right? Because if we don't have like fine texture hair, we shouldn't be using a fine comb, right? We should be using a brush that is a comb or a brush that is going to be gentle on our hair. And starting from the bottom, working your way up to the top.
How often should you wash your hair?
That question depends on your activity level, but we recommend at least 1 to 2 times bi-weekly. But if you're someone who's like an athlete or you work out a lot, like maybe you're going to the gym 5 times, 6 times, 7 times a week, you may wash your hair more often than that because of, you know, because you're sweating often. So at the bare minimum, 1 to 2 times bi-weekly, and then kind of feeling it out to see what works for you.
Are quick weaves okay?
Quick weaves, I think it depends, right? Because if you're not having any glue on your hair, then it should be fine. But sometimes the glues are just not a good way to go when it comes to hair. It depends on how the quick weave is applied, really. So if you're just joining, we are doing a really great deal today using the code HEALTHY2023 to get 23% off of our entire store. Aside from edge control, we want to make sure everybody can continue getting their edge controls. But no matter where you are in the world, you can use the code HEALTHY2023 and get 23% off. Okay, let me see. Let me check the time. We're on for maybe another couple minutes, 2-3 minutes. We'll make sure that we can answer as many questions as possible. But if you've been on and you still have questions, maybe you didn't feel comfortable asking, you can always DM us. If you've been using our products and you've been seeing some great results, feel free to send us before and afters.
Someone said, I've been using my products that I got from y'all for about 2 weeks now, and I see some growth, and I love your products so much, and my hair feels good. Oh, wow. I'm about to oil my hair now.
Okay. You know what? And afterwards today, I'm having wash day tonight. So the hair care is in the air. We love hearing that though. So again, if you have other questions, we also want to see before and afters. I want some before and afters. I want to see what y'all are up to, how things are working out. We want to know. And we want to be able to share that with everyone else in our hair community.
Lady Smooth said, I also see growth after 5 years. Thank you.
Wow.
5 years of nothing. Thank
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Those are the stories that made me so happy. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. The importance of detangling properly. Using your scalp stimulator. We can't forget using your scalp stimulator as, instructed, which is 1 to 2 times on the affected area per day, and 3 to 4 times per week on the rest of the scalp.
Someone said, what does the smell like?
The scalp stimulator? Is that the one? Let me give it a smell now.
I'm gonna guess since that's...
First of all, it smells really good.
Someone said our products are a miracle in a bottle.
Yes. I'm trying to think of what hits me the first. I think it might be the mint that hits me first. But it smells so good. I actually cannot wait to wash my hair today. Okay. So if there is nothing else, thank you all for coming on today. We can't wait to see you next week. Yeah. Have a good day.